Okay. I'm here. New laptop. Still figuring it out. Salute. One person in the building, run my 200s in the building. Salute. We're going to wait for a couple of people to get up in here. Then we're going to get into this shit. Know what I'm saying? While we waiting for the people to come up in here, I'm going to give a shout out to all the hardworking people out there who get it out the mud. Know what I'm saying? The name of this live is Salute to the hardworking blue collar and white collar men who love to travel. Know what I'm saying? This is for all the brothers who get up early in the morning, get on that grind, and make it do what it do. Know what I'm saying? I didn't even know where I wanted to start with this shit, but I'm here. You know, because a lot of this shit is starting to get redundant. Khalil, Backyard Life, salute to him. Salute to Khalil, Backyard Life. Blue collar, U.S. postal worker, gets up early in the morning, gets out there, gets it out the mud to support his family. Salute. Yeah, I came on when you still at work because I got to go to the gym. I got to get to the gym around 5:30, 6 o'clock. So this was on my mind for the past couple of days. So I wanted to get this off my chest because, okay, we know it's goofiness going on in this travel space, but now this shit is going too far now. You know what I'm saying? Now everybody wants to do a fundraiser and get people to pay for their trips. And I'm not saying that some people aren't warranted for the fundraisers. Salute to the YouTuber Pob, who puts out good content. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of these guys, I understand some of it is entertainment. I'm kind of warming up to the dude Jay Rello because I think he genuinely wants to make this YouTube thing his career. Know what I'm saying? But to the rest of these dudes, and it's more than just NYC the Future. To the rest of these goofy ass motherfuckers who don't want to go to work, who don't want to get it out the mud, who want people to support their life. That's where we at with this shit right now. Know what I'm saying? Y'all just seen Razor Ray show the dude over there in Thailand. Threw the girl out the room. He had to fight with her. I don't know what the background was on that shit, but they say he had to pay, I think, 10,000 baht. Correct me if I'm wrong, to get up out of the country. Showtime wants me to call names. What names you want me to call, Showtime? We know who the players are. Jay Rello, NYC the Future, Floyd, Austin Holloman. But Austin Holloman puts out decent content. He's made the YouTuber career. So I'm not really I don't watch his content too much, but I'm not going to loop him in with that because Austin Holloman is showing you this is how I'm doing it. This is what I'm doing over here. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you some knowledge. He's passing on something. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Rello, it looks like he's trying. He went out, he bought the camera on y'all dime. Know what I'm saying? On y'all dime. Look at this. Insta360, my dime. I can show you all this other stuff I got here. The laptop I'm on now, the Apple laptop. I switched over to Apple. on my dime. Know what I'm saying? Apple iPhone, my dime. Samsung Galaxy S24, my dime. Nobody contributed to nothing that I put into, and y'all know I do motorcycle content. Who bought the motorcycle? Me. Who did the upgrades to the motorcycle? Me. All of this stuff, I don't ask anybody to support my lifestyle or anything like that. So the question is, and let me drop the link. The question is, I want to know where are we going with this shit? Know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Because I'm still trying to figure out this laptop. It's different from my phone and from my from what I'm used to. I'm used to the Samsung. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm having issues with this joint. So this is what I'm gonna do. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can do this from my. Let me see if I can do this from my Samsung. Hold on. I continue to watch. Why we all continue to watch? We want to see the crash out run my 200. That's why everybody's watching. That's the main reason why everybody's watching. You want to see the crash out. Come on, I ain't doing no installs right now. Give me a second. I think I'm gonna get off of this. Link is in the chat. Now, what's he saying? What you saying? Run my 200. Let me see. You good?
Yeah, but you echo it.
Yeah, I know.
You got to mute it on something.
All right, go ahead.
You muted. You muted one of them.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna try and figure out how to drop the link from the laptop.
All right. What's going on, chat?
Yeah, run it for a minute.
Salute to the chat. Salute to Run My 200. Showtime, Carter 4. Anybody that's in the building. What's good? What's good with everybody?
So yeah, you know what we talking about. We giving
Salute to the
props to
hard.
we giving props to all the dudes who get out there and put in that work, man.
Absolutely.
Word. Know what I'm
Salute to
saying?
Jaron. What's that? Yeah, salute to Jaron Leonardo. So where we going with it? I heard names and all this other stuff.
Yeah. Well, we know who all the players are.
Are you
Know what
talking
I'm
about the
saying?
crash outs?
The crash out crew, the crash crew.
I
That's what we
mean,
gonna call them. Well, no, you know what I call them.
right.
The broke
Let's
Negro travel sphere. And here we go. And listen, y'all keep supporting them. Know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know how I feel about the situation. At the end of the day, I ain't knocking nobody's hustle. And when I see J Rello, uh Razor, you know, um, whoever, get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's really up to the supporters that want to see that content. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying to you earlier, in retrospect to something that AMS was talking about when he talked about the manosphere and how the manosphere, came and went. Everybody has his time. You know what I'm saying? How long will the crash out content last? That depends on the audience growing and becoming more attracted to it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call Razor's content crash out. He got the smoke show. He got the news, and he's keeping it 100% honest. You know what I mean? Uh,
He got the news. Razor
yeah,
ain't he not really doing too much of the smoke show because he wants to protect that channel. He don't want to
right.
lose what he got.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? All before Razor would go on the edge, it was called the Razor's Edge. You know what I'm saying? He would go on the edge. He would drop some shit, and it was a free for all up there. Now monetized, over 10,000 subscribers. He don't want to lose what he got, and I respect him because he worked for it. He worked to get there. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah. But
So if YouTube is your thing, if you want to make this a job, I have no problem with it. But put out quality content, put out stuff for people to talk about. I mean, people gonna talk about NYC the future. You know what I'm saying? But run my 200. Answer me, please. Carter 4, answer. What type of content? What are you gaining from watching him, other than a laugh? Are you gaining any knowledge? Are you saying, yo, I want to go over here and eat there at this restaurant that he was at? No, because the only thing he eats is some chicken and white rice. He don't even put the beans on it. You know,
London Town. I don't hate any one of those guys. I don't have hate in my bone. You know what I'm
let's
saying?
talk about this hate shit.
I've said to NYC, you know, on plenty of the panels that I've came on, I've said and expressed to NYC, I have no hate towards NYC. I was one of the first people to tell NYC not to go back to Dominican Republic. Get your stuff together, get things right. You know what I'm saying? But be safe about it. The situation he was in when he first went, that was real reckless. You know what I'm saying? He got on the live and it became the trending topic. So he's riding away. You know what I mean? But hate, I don't hate him. He's been to Sasua 4 times. You know what I'm saying? And every time, you know, I mean, it's the same routine. But again, like I said, I ain't gonna knock the hustle. Get it how you get it. If people are willing to spend their hard-earned money on the recklessness, because he's not gonna change who he is. It may take some time. It may take him getting older. It may take a lot of incidents, bad incidents to happen. You know what I'm saying? Listen, he's coming up in my timeline. Why? Because I've watched, I've been on the panel, I've searched. So, you know, if it's on and I pop in and I check it out, I check it out. It's no big deal. I don't got no hate for that man. That man is a grown man doing what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. And those that support him, I'm not knocking them neither. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
And see, now here we go, because I knew the hate comment was going to come up. And here we go with the PPE dude. These old ass niggas hating on old ass niggas. First of all, I could never hate on somebody who's not on my level. Like I said on my last live, I'll hate on the person who's above, who's at where I'm trying to get to. And that's not hate. The hate will be towards myself because I'm not doing what I need to do to get to where they're at. You know what I'm saying? But I knew it was coming. And so I made some notes. And this is actually going to the people. This ain't going, this really, you know what? NYC the future, keep doing what you're doing. Let these fools keep sending you money. Know what I'm saying? Get on your grind, get it how you live. You want to know why? Because I had to write this down. Because all you motherfuckers need to hear this shit. And I'm not here to play games with none of you Mitch ass niggas. Because y'all the ones that are funding this crap. Y'all are the problem. In the beginning, yes, I was there to help them. But now I'm here to hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because most of y'all need to be hurt. So don't take my kindness for weakness. You know what I'm saying? And if you thought I was a nice guy, you better learn some goddamn respect. Because I ain't no nice guy. So this is what it is. So this ain't going at Future. This ain't going at Rello. Get on your grind. Get on your hustle. If they sending it in, let them send it in. But for y'all stupid motherfuckers who's funding this shit, y'all a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Because, yeah, and I sent Future, I sent Future some money. But guess what? I could still go on my own travels. If I was still working, getting up early in the morning, I'm not sending that nigga no money because I got to fund my own shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I tell you some shit, if I tell you some bullshit and you believe it, who's the fool? Me or you? Go ahead.
You're not. Like I said, You know, at the end of the day, I ain't mad at none of these dudes. And again, those that support him, if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to support, more power to you. All right, listen, I ain't got no argument for you. Life is a little bit more too precious to me nowadays than to sit up here and go back and forth with you trying to prove a point. I've said what I said. As far as taking it out of recommended, why? It's in my search engine. If it pops up, yeah, I sometimes am entertained. You know, I don't specifically go to the channel. If the channel comes up on my recommended and I see something in there that might look interesting at the time, which is always a still frame, I click on it. You know, like I told Future, and I think I've had this discussion with Marcus and Carter. Uh, Future's trending, so he's gonna be the hot topic. At one point in time, Floyd was trending. You know, Rello, yeah, Rello the same thing. Rello's always trending. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Run My 200 said like Sin. Yeah, I went into Sin's live too. I actually was on Sin live on Instagram on more than one occasion. You know what I'm saying? I don't got a front for nobody. You know what I'm
So
saying? But
London,
at the end of the
London
day,
Town, London Town says he's gonna get us a couple of online nation t-shirts. Check this out, London Town. This is the gangster lifestyle, and there's nothing above that. You give me the t-shirt, I'm gonna do the same thing the Cleveland fans did when LeBron left Cleveland. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do the same thing Rello. I'm gonna do the same thing Rello did to the Primo shirt. I'm gonna throw it in the garbage can and set it on fire because there's nothing over the gangster lifestyle. So you remember that. And we got a whole team over here. Mr. D, Tariq Garrett. Where my other man at? He in the chat. He in the chat somewhere.
got Bville.
Know what I'm saying? My cousin, Big Cuzzo Gans. We got a whole team over here. That's
Facts.
way bigger than Online Nation. Trust and believe that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Know
run
what I'm
my
saying?
200. Yeah, run my 200. I did pay the subscription only for 1 month. I went on there. I hit up her Cash App, all of that. You was on the live when it happened. I don't got a front for that. Ain't no fronting for that. Come on. Stop playing. I did it. It's nothing, man. Yo, what up, 916?
Yeah, he said he want to know about the gangster lifestyle. That's just what it is. It's a lifestyle. It's working out. It's traveling. It's partying. Motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Fashion. It's all of that. And all of this is coming from hardworking brothers who got it out the mud and now reached the end and getting that pension. Know what I'm saying? Some of us are still going to work, but most of us, we did what we had to do. We paid our dues and we got our money. Know what I'm saying? Salute to the 47 in the building. Hit the like button. And like I said, we got more to come. Mr. D, didn't I say I didn't even want to touch on this travel stuff no more? I was moving back over to the motorcycle
Motorcycle.
content. But
Yeah.
now they coming up with new slogans now. BOE, you know what that is, right?
BOE. I don't know. Tell me.
Box over everything.
Oh, box over everything.
Box over everything.
Salute to
So
916, Freddie Mac.
so
PPE, yeah, working out and fashion.
yeah. I'm actually upset with myself because I didn't go in the direction of YouTube to show my weight loss journey. You know what I'm saying? From 310 pounds down to 220, and then got back on the travel and shit, put back on about 10 or 15 pounds, but now taking it back down again. So right now I'm at 230.
Facts. Facts,
You know what I'm
Freddie
saying?
Mac. Balance lifestyle. Balance is the key to life.
Mm-hmm. You say I got bipolar tendencies? No, I don't got bipolar tendencies. Like I said in Future's chat, I think it was Future, or it might have been somebody. I'm all for you. In the beginning, I was all for Rello. I sat down with Rello, bought him a beer. The beer was so he could sit down and listen to what I'm telling him, because the brothers that go to Sasua, that's what we do. We share knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I sat down with him, told him what I could tell him, gave him the game on Sasua. Now he took that and he went off in a whole nother direction. But that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We share the knowledge. I brought Mr. D down there, showed him how to move, brought my man Tariq down there, showed him how to move. You know what I'm saying? That's what the brothers in Sasua do. Carter 4, if you ever make it there, brothers will show you how to move. You know?
And Run My 200 said, why don't these guys listen to you ever?
Why don't they listen to me? Because they don't want to move with no common sense. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is what I want to know. Run My 200. Tell me, what common sense have you gotten from them, from any of them?
Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying? Like they say, common sense ain't too common no more. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, that whole shit gonna fall apart. That shit, that begging for travel funds, that shit is built on stilts. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, that whole shit gonna fall apart. You know, when you travel on your own dime, when you move the way you want to move, you ain't got to answer to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to get on live and show y'all, yo, Future, go over here, do that. Jump in the pool with your clothes on, making a mockery of yourself, all for a dime. And trust me, he'll do anything for a dime. So, like I said, I was there for him in the beginning, but now, you know what I'm saying? He'll do anything for a dime. And everything that I say on here, I would say it to Future's face. Yo, you have no integrity, dude. No integrity, because you'll do anything for a dollar. Unc Jay, salute, brother.
Salute
You
to
know what I'm
Unc
saying?
Jay.
Word. So that and that's where we at with these dudes. I don't think Rello got a little bit of integrity, because Rello tell you, he said, yo, these motherfuckers think because they gave me some money that I'm gonna do whatever they want me to do and all of this, or they could talk to me any kind of way. Know what I'm saying? So Rello got a slight bit of integrity, because he's not gonna he goes out there, he does what he does, but he gonna let you know, just because you gave me this money, don't think that you could talk to me any kind of way you want to talk to me, and I'm gonna do whatever the fuck you tell me to do. So, like I said, I got a little bit more respect for him, but we talking about this shit because it's gonna be more. Future ain't the last. Know what I'm saying? Rello wasn't the first. It's gonna be more. It's dudes looking at they shit right now and they saying, yo, if these motherfuckers are sending them money, shit, I could do that shit too.
Yo, he said, London Town said, what's your thoughts on Big J Flip situation?
Big J and Flip. Well, Big J, I don't know. I don't know him. Flip is my man. Flip is my man from way back, the early days in Sasua. I don't know what's going on between them two. But I know one thing: if Flip don't rock with you, he don't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And I know what you gonna call him. I know Khalil Backyard Life got something to say about that.
we know Future's at work. Future said he had to go to work today, right? You know what I'm saying? What he said. I don't know about that Jay and Flip situation. I don't really pay attention to all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know Flip. I don't know Jay. So, but as far as Rello taking money and doing what he do, I can't really speak on that. Yeah, Future went out there and gave out to the people in the streets, for content purposes, but also,
Did he do that,
Future.
or did Social Loner do that?
It was two situations. It was the day that he got $100, if I'm not mistaken, and he went out in the streets and was giving it away. They had went into one of the stores and bought some stuff and was giving out stuff, and then Loner came because he had him and what's the guy that owned the spot? Finger, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Social Loner, got together and was gonna do something for the Haitian people, which
Right.
they did do something. Social Loner had showed some footage of it, where they was giving out food to some of the people and stuff like that. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So that's real good. If Rello, it's alleged to me. I don't know Rello personally. I've only spoken with Rello on, I think, 2 occasions, and I said the same thing to Rello. I said the same thing. Be responsible. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out there wild out, get caught up. You know what I'm saying? You see what almost happened to him in CTG.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He got, a little out of his, space in what's that, Pattaya or
Mm-hmm.
Bangkok. I think it was Bangkok. You know what I mean? You got to realize, we're talking about black men here. Black
Exactly.
men. That's my main focus of the whole situation. We're talking about black men traveling to these countries, and black men, you know, when in some situations we're not looking too great. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you out there to chase down the tour guides, it is what it is. That's your business. I
Mm-hmm.
saw on Future's channel that they was getting frustrated with that because it's like, yo, can you concentrate on can you concentrate on the content aspect? Can you concentrate? And every turn, it was like, mi amor, mi amor. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Listen, that's a resource that you can utilize while you're there, but focus on the content. You can focus on that later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I first went to Sasua last year for the first time, Gans, hit me on to some game about it. But I had already had experience for the tour guide situations due to all my Colombian travels. So it wasn't really that hard. But what I did was, once I hit the ground, I got everything out of the way, and then we was chilling. And of course, everybody was hitting me while I was, sitting down with the fellas or whatever. But I ain't thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I know nine out of the 10 people that came my way, I'm going to grab one of them, and they're going to show me the town. You know what I'm saying? So when you talking about it from a content creator's perspective, which this is another thing that I said to NYC, is that, yo, there's a time and a place for everything. Get your content, get your IRLs, your vlogging content. You got an editor now that you use. Put this thing together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you are right now, as it stands, the king of the 11-hour and 55-minute lives. But give the people hope. See everything on the table and see how everything works. You already got growth. You know what I'm saying? You want to get the tour guides on video. That's something that you got to negotiate with them. And personally, I feel that should be behind a paywall
Right.
because, number one, It keeps your channel running properly, and these particular individuals would rather not see their faces on a public access. If it's private and people got to pay for it, people's going to pay for it. If people's already paying for your trips, you think people's not going to pay $9.99 a month to see all the private stuff? Come on, you got to
Mm-hmm.
think, man.
Mm-hmm. Now,
So
London Town, he asks, have y'all been to Thailand? And what are your thoughts on it? The truth is, brothers are not welcome in Latin countries. I don't know about brothers not being welcome in Latin countries. I have no problem. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'll keep that in mind next time I go to Medellin. You know,
what I
Thailand. We had a
top.
long conversation with the whole team. Well, not the whole team. Yesterday on Thailand,
Mm-hmm.
and what we said we doing. What we said we doing, Mister D.
2026, the big 5-0 Thailand trip. We're starting to plan that now. Now,
Yes,
take these notes.
take the notes
This
because
is next
we not.
year.
This is next year. We're not jumping out the window saying, "Oh, we going next month." This is
Next
next
year.
year because we move in a certain way. What
Mm-hmm.
airlines are we talking about?
Qatar,
Qatar,
Emirates, or Singapore.
Qatar, Emirates, Singapore. We not flying over there on the Spirit Airlines version of what goes over to Thailand. So everything we doing is gonna be top notch 5-star.
Yeah, you said we're gonna be 100 in 2020. Facts. I look good for 100. Shoot.
Hey, hey, I look better than some of you dudes in your 30s. Trust and believe it. I'm in the gym 4 times a week. Can y'all say that?
London. Let me answer. Well, I don't know how to answer. The truth is, brothers are not welcome in Latin countries. Brothers are not welcome in most places, to be honest with you. Um, but I've been to one, two, three, four, five, six Latin countries. Okay. I've had no problems, no issues, no issues with racism or anything like that, or at least as far as I notice. But I do understand that what you call it, they do have, these perceptions of us. I definitely learned that when I went to Cali, Colombia, because Cali, Colombia is about 70 to 80% Afro Latina or Afro Latins, I should say. And I was actually having a conversation with a taxi driver, and the taxi driver told me, he was like, a lot of people will go to Medellin, Colombia, or even Cartagena because they are a little bit more attracted to the Pisces, the lighter, more white version of the Colombians versus the black Colombians. So I know that that's there. Um, I've been to Brazil. Brazil also, in some cases, deals with that. Even though Brazil has, if I'm not mistaken, the highest population of black people outside of Africa. That's number one. Number two is the United States, and I think number three is Haiti. So, you know, you probably will find that. When I was in Chile, I didn't see that. I didn't in Chile. I didn't really see that many dark skinned Latins or black people. Period. But Thailand, yeah, Thailand. I've heard some things. About Thailand with black people and stuff like that. So he said, unless you speak Spanish, you will never be welcome. Well, once you speak Spanish fluently, the game changes for you,
Mm-hmm.
and they really don't mess with you then because now they can't get over on you.
Yeah.
It's the same thing in Thailand. My man Global CZ, if anybody knows who that is, he's also in the travel space, but his travel is nothing like what we see. He's all over the world. He's a young man out of Boston, and he's lived in Thailand for almost 2 years, and he realized that once he learned the language, the Thailand people don't the Thailand people don't respond to him the same way. You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
Khalil said, you ain't flying business class to Thailand. You're gonna be in coach. You right, Khalil. I am gonna be in coach. Damn. I'm gonna be in coach on Emirates, which is
This
like first class on any other airline.
PPE, that's your opinion. That's your opinion. He's a lame.
Why
He's
you say
been.
that, PPE?
I,
Why you
I,
say
I don't.
no? I want to know
I don't
why
know why he was
PPE.
saying.
I don't
Huh?
because I've never watched him, so I want to know why PPE thinks he's a lame.
He's a young dude. He's been traveling since he was like I think 18 or 19.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's a young dude, about 23, 24. He schooled Austin. Austin didn't believe him. And then Austin found out that what he was saying was really true about, you know, being around a white man and he's a broke boy. Oh, I guess. The man is listen, he's a broke boy, but he's in Bali right now.
Hmm.
He's in Bali. He did a yoga class. He just go around window shopping. He did a yoga class with Russell Simmons. He met Russell
Hmm.
Simmons.
Hmm.
I mean, not that that's the purpose of it, but I'm like, yo, like, you know, he's been all through Asia. Like, I don't listen, CZ on his own time. He just doesn't chase box. So he's considered a lane. Right. Listen, the man, yo, apartment on. Highlight that one. Highlight that one. Apartment on. And see, Mr. Dak is the navigator. Oh, Global CZ is the truth. You know why? Because he tell the truth. See, what Jack Nicholas said? You can't handle the truth. Listen, Austin Holloman interviewed him, and he told Austin, he said, Brazil is racist. And Austin said, no, no, they love black people. And he told Austin, he said, once you get around a white person, you're going to see how you get treated being around a white person. And he got around, what's the boy? Casey Redbeard. And guess what? Strictly Travel, salute. He got around Casey Redbeard, and guess what? Austin felt like a indigent servant. They was like, oh, that's your butler? Like, well, come on. But you see, you know what kills me? You think Asians love black people? No, they don't. Here's the funniest thing. London Towns, salute to you. PPE, salute to you. See, that goes to show you that you would rather watch the goofiness versus somebody that's really traveling, bro. You rather watch somebody get in a whole bunch of craziness in somewhere versus someone that's going a whole day ahead of us and with the locals, with the locals, showing you all these places, telling you things that you can do. You say he's broke, right? The man is in Bali. The man was in Thailand. The man lives in Thailand. The man was in India. He went through all of India. Come on, man. That's traveling, bro. That's traveling. But you going, Mr. D. Chill, I watch the same people you watch. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't watch the same people. You don't watch, trust me, you don't watch the same people, London. I can guarantee you, in this travel space, you're not watching the same people.
And Showtime says, I had a chance to show a lit trip, but I failed honestly. How did I fail? Not everything is for you to see. I have people with me who don't want their face on camera.
Facts, Freddie Mac.
You know what I'm saying? Mr. D can attest to it. Yo, I got into it with one of my good friends for over 30 years.
Facts.
The video came across him. He called me up 6 o'clock in the morning, cursing me out, say, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Know what I'm saying? Me and him haven't had a conversation yet. This was back in January. Me and him haven't spoken yet because he's stubborn and I'm stubborn. But we gonna speak. The friendship ain't gonna die. We've been friends over 30 years. But once again, I have people that travel with me that don't want their face to be shown on camera. So I'm not gonna show them. When I did that belly full balls empty video, I showed my cousin because he's not in a relationship. Him and his baby mother, they broke up, and whatever, and that's what it is. So he's not. If he was in a relationship, I would have never did that video. You know what I'm saying? And if I did do it, I wouldn't have shown him. You know? So you have to understand that, Showtime. It's this influx that's going down to Sasua and these other places of single men just happened recently in the past 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Y'all was not invited to the party.
Salute to MK.
You know? I'm not saying that y'all wasn't there, but that was a playground for men who wanted to get away for a little while. Now, y'all single men, y'all have found out about it, and it is what it is. But you still have men that are in relationships that don't want that camera on them. Future was down there, and I heard somebody say they gave him a pound or whatever they was talking, and he said, yo, don't put that camera on me. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. I can't show everything, and everything ain't for you to see anyway. He said, who is y'all? Y'all is you, Showtime, because you the one who posted the question.
You went to the zoo 40 times. We've been going other places for you. You just went to Medi. Okay.
What do you say? We've been going other places. Showtime, hit the link and tell us what other places you went to. Because honestly, I don't believe you. If you was going to other places, you wouldn't be constantly watching Rello shit, watching Future shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't watch Austin Holloman, so I don't know if you in his chat. I definitely don't watch Floyd. Floyd is too fucking goofy. I don't know how y'all put up with that motherfucker. That motherfucker, he wants you to send him $1 just for looking at the screen. If he could charge you for watching his content, he would.
What you gotta understand, y'all, is every live gets better. So there's growth. There's people that tune into the channel. Salute the Backpack Val. You know, and at the end of the day, everybody got their niche. Like Gan said, this channel is really it's a lifestyle channel. It just so happens that the bike went up and the travel increased. You know what I'm saying? We've been traveling for years. So now there's an opportunity to give an audience some stuff, visually, and when we go to these places. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, everybody got their own niche. Future's niche is what you call it? Box. You know what I'm saying? Jay Rello's niche is box or whatever he's going there. Intuition, they are the Colombian assassins, you know what I'm saying? Who are traveling the world now. You know what I'm saying? Carter 4, he's the intro guy, intro music guy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, y'all, I don't really care what y'all say in the chat. It's fun to me. Salute to Yoga Yoga. You know what I mean? It's funny to me. I laugh at it. I don't really care about trolls or anything like that.
You see that right there? Gans keep biting the hand that feeds your channel. I'm gonna put bread up to ban you, nigga. Carter 4, you ain't got enough money. You ain't got enough money, Carter. You should be kissing my feet right now. Should I tell him why he should be kissing my feet, Mr. D?
That's up to you, bro.
You should be kissing my feet right now, Carter 4. Oh, I want to drop that bomb so bad.
Don't drop it.
I ain't
Showtime. Showtime. Listen. Showtime. If that be the case, you might as well call everybody that collects money scammers. Not just in the travel space, even outside the travel space. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna hype Mentuition up because Mentuition were the first people that helped me out when it came to Colombia. You know what I'm saying? And I met both Al and Steve personally. I hung out with Al in Brazil. I've been to the studio in Miami, and they're doing whatever they need to do. Listen, again, like I said, how you get it is how you get it. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do. If it's fundraising and you think that that's the way to do it, then do it through fundraising. If you think that it's through, other means, then do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. Real talk.
Pardon me, Unc Jay. I'm still trying to figure out this Apple laptop.
Oh, it's all good. What up, fellas?
Salute, Jay.
And I see the hate comes all over the place, don't it?
Yeah. You see your favorite boy is up in here, Khalil Backyard Life.
I don't really know Khalil that well.
I seen him trolling on your channel, but I let him rock over here. Me and him,
everybody has an opinion, just like my man was taught. I don't know what's your name, bro. I didn't because he don't have a name
Mr.
on
D.
the screen, huh?
Mr. D. But
Mr. D, yeah. I saw. I feel the same way, man. I know a lot of guys give Mentuition a hard time, but I actually met him a couple times here in Colombia. Like I said, they were good to me, so I can't complain. I just try to judge people how they act when I meet them, and they seem to be cool, especially for some young cats, just out here trying to get it,
Showtime. I never said I was against begging. I said get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? Get it how you get it. Listen. This thing about it like this. Rello got $8,000.
You can't hate on that. That's a lot of money.
Future got darn near $5,000. You know what I'm saying? What am I going to say? I mean, I've watched Austin host an 11-hour live where he told them, if y'all want me to go to this place, it costs $997, and he raised $1,000, booked a ticket, went there, gave them the content. So I don't really care about how you get it. It's how you get it. If you look at the title, salute to all of the hardworking workers, blue collar, white collar, whatever. We doing what we got to do to get to the bag. You know what I'm saying? Whether you retired, whether you're still working or whatever, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. I am not here to judge anybody for how they get the money. You get the money how you get it. Future get his money how you get it. Listen, we try to teach him, look, you got to become more responsible with your bread. And he's proven time and time again, he's not responsible with it. So what are you going to do? You can walk the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink it. You know what I mean? He's giving everybody more content. Primo show is he's getting what you call it. He's getting content. He's getting receipts. Anybody that talks about NYC, they're getting content and everything is funny. Like, look, you know who works hard for bread. You know who's out there getting it back. Listen, if you're getting it through fundraising, begging, payday loans, or the running joke, the rush card, hey, by all means, you got it, man. You got it, man. That's it. I live on the 5th floor. That's it.
Yo, Mr. D, let me read this one right here. PPE says, Gans mad he had to be a sanitation man and Future got funded. Future got funded what? Let's say since January, he got $10,000 altogether, right? Now I'm gonna drop a bomb on you right here. He got $10,000 January up until now, right? My last 5 years in my career as a New York City sanitation worker, I made over $220,000, right? My pension right now is $10,000 a month. So why would I be mad at Future if he made $10,000 from January, all combined, from January until now, and he ain't got a dime to show for it? Why would I be mad about that? Let's do the math.
Exactly.
I mean, I say like get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? But I think Mr. D, I think earlier he was saying something about like I don't think it's sustaining. You know what I'm saying? Like it's cool for a quick lick, but then I feel like you got to keep producing that shock content in order to keep it going. You know, and a lot of these countries just ain't having that, man. And I think I just don't wish anybody to end up like locked up abroad or some stuff over trying to get that content out. You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame them because they're just doing what they do. I blame more the people that's giving. You know what I'm saying? Because I think some people actually give in order to see the crash out. Like they don't want the trip to go as planned or whatever. They're like waiting for that crash out. And I'm like, man, are we so desperate for content that we want to pay somebody to do something stupid that could get them hurt or killed even possibly? So I don't know.
You know what it is? People have nothing to do.
Right.
So they live vicariously through these individuals. So they're willing to put forth the money to see these individuals either succeed or fail.
Right.
The majority know the man has said time and time again, it's going to be a movie. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Right.
And it's pretty much the same thing. So if you're still willing to put forth the finance to see the same thing, then obviously you want to live vicariously. This is entertaining for you. This beat watching a sitcom. This beats watching, scripted reality TV, because it's not scripted. It's just, what's happening in the moment. And guess what? This is your YouTube. This is your YouTube channel. You've gained probably 700 plus subs since your first crash out. That's excellent. Everybody's talking about you. You are the topic of discussion, even if they don't mention your name directly. You are the topic of discussion. So the people that are willing to support this, listen, this is the entertainment you want. I don't have anything against it other than this is another black man potentially putting his safety on the line just to please the people. That's
Right.
the part I disagree with.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel, man. I wouldn't want anything to happen to anybody. Matter of fact, I just got off the phone with Ronan, and he was saying that he actually met him. I think it was a couple days ago or yesterday, and he says, actually, man, he's a really cool guy. Like when you actually talk to him, like he was like, man, dude is actually really cool. But you know, the
I don't doubt that
perception that
one bit.
sometimes you can get from the YouTube stuff could be totally different, man. But he said, yeah, you know, we had a nice conversation. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, wow. But yeah, the YouTube game is crazy, man. It's crazy.
Well, you got to put on a perception for YouTube. Like I met Rello. Rello is not the same type of dude in person who you see on YouTube.
No, I met him at Flip's Halloween party. You know, we took a picture together. That was actually my first time meeting him. But he was. It's funny because the person because I didn't know him before I went to the Halloween party, and I found out about him like after the whole incident that they shut him down on YouTube. You know, and so the person that I met was actually pretty quiet at the party.
I was just
like,
about
he
to
was
say,
kind of. I think you were at that party, weren't you?
He's a quiet type of guy.
Weren't you at last year's Halloween?
No, I didn't pull up to the party.
Okay, but yeah,
I was in Sasua, but I just didn't go to the party.
He was actually pretty quiet. I mean, I guess I'm curious as to you know, PPE. Why does he think that nobody cares about the guy's safety? I mean, I don't know. I think it would take somebody really cruel, man, to hope that somebody gets hurt out here in a travel, you know, manosphere or the travel game. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, you know. And I don't think these two brothers wish anybody to get hurt.
No,
just for content purposes.
I wouldn't wish that. The only
but
thing,
I guarantee you, is some people that's throwing money at some of those situations are like, man, somebody's gonna crash out in Thailand. Somebody's gonna crash out in the suit. You know, I don't know.
So on Jay, what you think about this latest incident that happened in Thailand?
Oh man, that was crazy work, bro. Like I don't even know how it got to that point, because the funny thing is, I was talking with somebody today about that, and they were actually saying that the dude is actually a really cool guy. Some of the people were speaking up for him, and some people are saying like the chick is actually a cool chick, and some people's like trying to get her number. I'm like, if I see some chick coming at Gaines with a knife, I'd be damned if I want her number. You know, like what is going on, man? Like, but I mean, the first thing that I thought is like, okay, why would you go that many miles or take that long of a flight just to get something that you could get back here in the US? You know, sometimes I ask myself, because I mean, it didn't look like something that I would travel, you know, that many miles for, you know. And then that was just crazy, bro. That could have ended up really bad, you know. But the biggest thing that I take away from it, man, is just another X on us, man. You know, like I'm starting to see a lot of videos come out, passport bros, but you know, obviously non-black, but it's like they only focus on when we do something, and to me it seems like it always tears down the whole community. I'm just wondering, like, how does it even get to that point where a knife is drawn? Like, is it that much of the language being lost in translation, or you know, what's going on?
Yeah. Salute to Diego in the chat. Salute to Primo. See, the problem is, and I've said this in conversation. Actually, I'm gonna say a friend of mine that was out there with me in Colombia. We had, I ain't gonna say knife incidents experience, but basically a situation where there was actually two incidents that night where the tour guides were either not paid or paid less. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
the first situation, the guy actually came there to the spot we were staying in, and he walked out on the girls. You know what I'm saying? The girls actually, you know, because these guys, they're like real estate people. So they don't really deal with the Parque Yeris and the Calle 10. They dealing with the rooftops, you know, up in the mountains.
Right.
And they came down with some really expensive, you know, tour guides. So the women was like, wait a minute, where did our client go? And they was like, oh shoot, he left. So now you gotta pay for that. So he left his man there, and it was about, I think it was like 4 something in the morning, and he left his man there, and now they expected him to pay for, you know, what they were supposed to get paid. So he's like, yo, wait a minute. He says, I'm not walking around with that type of cash. I had to go to the ATM. And they're like, well, let's go to the ATM now. He's like, nah, we're not going to no ATM 4:30 in the morning. This is not anywhere in Manhattan, you know, where it's well lit and cops are all over the place. This is Colombia, a third world country. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the lady that was there with them interpreted and said, all right, we're going to get the bread in the morning. Then the next situation, which happened not even an hour later, friend of mine, you know, Gans know who I'm talking about, had, you know, a tour guide, and the tour guide they had agreed upon a certain amount. Well, it didn't go as planned, and the tour guide, you know, got shorted. So it's like, huh? She like, wait a minute, that's not what we agreed upon. It's like, nah, you didn't do what you came to do. So she was ready to wreck shop in the whole place. You know what I'm saying? She even called the cops. Now,
Wow.
if the cops come, that's us against Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless of what, you agreed on XYZ and you didn't pay. Now you might get extorted by the cops. You know what I'm saying? Look, guys got to remember, you're not in the United States. You're not in Europe. You know what I'm saying? You're in a place where it's survival of the fittest. If you didn't get what you want, you know what? Take the L, pay that fee, call it a day. It is what it is.
It
You
is.
know what I'm
It is
saying?
what it is, man.
You willing to risk your life. You are, I don't know where this guy lived at that had this incident in Thailand, but I imagine he lives in the States, maybe. So
Right.
you're thousands and thousands of miles away, and you're willing to say, nah, F this. And you wasn't there with nobody. It was just you. Come on, man. We got to do better.
we gotta do better, man. And response to Khalil, you know, I guess he was saying um traveling for prostitutes is a bad thing, period. It doesn't matter how the prostitute looks, you're doing something that's negative and expecting a positive outcome. Well, I mean, I'm in a relationship, but the thing is that I'm all pro trick, whatever a person wants to do. I'm not the police. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to tell another grown man what he should do or what he should not do. I feel like this. I mean, to my opinion, it's all tricking. I mean, I've had way more taken from me in divorce cases than I have any type of chick out there on the street. That little matter of fact, think about it like this: the average date. Let's just use an average city, Atlanta, somewhere. Man, I would be willing to bet it's at least $300 for a basic date, between parking, between dinner, what drinks or whatever, to take a chick out, and you may not get anything, you know, out of it. You know what I'm saying? Other than that little church hug, you know what I mean? So I'm not, and if you get a guy, man, that's in the States, and because now with social media, man, these girls, bro, they got the pick of the litter, especially when you got a bunch of simps out here. They got the pick of the litter of who they want in their DMs. So if a guy, man, he's not getting what he feel he deserves in the United States, and he wants to go to a foreign country to release some stress or whatever, hey, I'm with it. I'm not there to tell that man, but I do know this. That's not all guys are traveling for. You know, just last week, bro, I'm out here at a level 5 doing the whitewater rafting and jumping off the side of cliffs and shit, you know. So that's not all. And I know plenty of guys that's traveling and doing other things other than that. But I mean, I feel like the game is rigged no matter where you're at, whether it's in the States or whether it's overseas, just get it how you get it.
Right.
But I ain't gonna tell no another man what to do with his money. I'm not gonna pocket watch him, and I'm not gonna depolice. That's never gonna happen.
And so he's also saying traveling to a third world country for pros is already an X on us.
Right.
As you mean on us, he means the black man.
Yeah.
You tell me, Khalil, could you please come to the panel and tell me what nationality of man isn't doing it?
Yeah. And you know, pull up if you want to pull up, bro. I mean, so now you're being disrespectful calling my girl a prostitute. Let me tell you something. My girl has a master's degree, owns property, has visas and citizenship, you know, where she can go back and forth how she wanted or whatever. And so, bro, it's just people like that, man. You must not have nothing to do, bro.
Khalil thinks that if you marry a woman from one of these countries, then she has to be a prostitute.
Yeah.
Right? He thinks that the American black woman can do no wrong. Right?
Yeah.
He commented on one of the videos that I just posted in Punta Cana,
right,
showing the American black woman out there looking just as you know, as the Dominican women out there, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, they're not American black women." Yes, they were, Khalil. I was there. They were speaking perfect English. It was a crew of them, and they. I just
hosted 29 of them. Just left Colombia, like literally yesterday they left. You know what I'm saying? They're traveling just like us, but it's like, who is this guy to call somebody's girlfriend or whatever a prostitute? Every chick in these foreign countries aren't prostitutes, bro.
Exactly.
You know, and the thing about it is, if she was, then who cares? You know what I'm saying? Do you? But I can tell you this, she's not. And anybody that follows me, they've seen my girl. I post on everything. You know what I'm saying? And that one person that's ever came, man, I saw her on the track or whatever. No, I don't roll like that. But you know, people can think what they want to think, man. And that I feel like this, man. It must be entertaining, because I wouldn't be on somebody's panel, not in somebody's chat, you know, that I didn't like, or I didn't like what their ideology was or what they were doing. I would find somebody that was going to feed my soul, man.
Highlight that last comment by London Town. We asks, why do we travel? Salute to Ty, and salute to Brooklyn Prophet.
Yeah. No, ain't no sensitive. It's just being honest. Like, man, you know, I mean, if you're gonna speak something, speak facts.
Wait, that actually, Ty just answered that question. He said, "What inspired guys to travel? Are you done with Black American women? If yes, why?" And Ty, where's Ty comment?
Wow.
I want to answer this.
Right here.
I want to answer this comment.
Right here. He said, "I don't see it as an excuse. That's what he chooses to do. Most women in America are trash."
Right. And he specified women, not a specific woman.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right? So it ain't just the black women, because listen, I talk to white guys all the time and they say, yo, these women ain't shit.
Right. But here's the thing. Here's the whole thing. You see, if you go back to the 80s, I was a kid during the 80s, but I know a lot about the 80s and 70s. I was born in the 70s. If you were black and you were traveling, it was, I would say, one of three ways. It was, you're in the military, you're a celebrity, or you had family travel. And most travel back in those days was not by planes, because planes was too expensive to fly. Unless, like I said, unless you was in the military. So you didn't really get to see these places. But before this quote unquote passport bro movement, if you want to call it that, there were people with passports. White people had passports for a long time. They were in Colombia, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was on business, whether it was personal, whether, back then in Colombia, I think Pablo Escobar was running the town. So most of the people that was over there that was from America was agents trying to capture these drug smugglers and drug lords. But anyway, in these third world countries, you didn't, if most of the people that were in there were in the military. So this, after tour guides, pros, whatever you want to call them, has been going on long before we hit the scene, long before we got there. Definitely at a fraction of the cost, maybe not even really paying anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was in exchange for goods or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So this is nothing new under the sun. It's just new to us in recent time because flying, travel by air has become affordable. You know what I'm saying? The first time I went to Colombia, I've been getting invited to Colombia and the Dominican Republic for years. I went to Punta Cana back in 2012 when I got married for the second time. I didn't go to the Dominican Republic because, I was going over there for girls. I went over there with at that time, my second wife, and we went over there to see beautiful beaches, to be at a beautiful resort, the Bravaro Princess. And this is back in 2012, okay? I've already been to Cancun at that point, couple of times, you know what I'm saying? So all those years, while I was working in sanitation, there's a group of guys in my districts that were going to the Dominican Republic and Colombia. You know what I'm saying? And all they kept telling me about was, yeah, you get mad women, da 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 da. And I'm saying to myself, like, well, why are you traveling so far for women? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can bag a woman right here. Now, you're talking 13 years ago. So, like Jay said, the typical date in 2025 is $300 and a church hug. You know what I'm saying? At least in 2012, the typical date was probably half the price, and there is a slight chance that you might have popped off on the first one, maybe.
Right.
Anyway, fast forward. First time at Colombia, I didn't go to Colombia for what everybody was I wanted to see what Colombia was like. I wanted to see what they was talking about. Look, I wanted to dig up the dirt to get money that Pablo Escobar put in the ground. It's just that when they showed me Calle 10, when they showed me Parque Yeris, when they showed me Central, when they showed me the nightlife, it's like, wow. So it's that easy? It's like that? But I had the sense to know that, look, we in a third world country. It's survival of the fittest. Everybody's going to do what they need to do to get them bills paid, to get food on the table, and to take care of their kids. That's a lifestyle that's been there long before we got there. In fact, that institution has been around since biblical time. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes go there for that. Some dudes don't. I don't go to other countries for women. I can get women here.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, and trust me, my vetting process, I'm not blowing $300 the first day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't travel for that. I travel because a couple of reasons. The first reason, this is my earth. Earth is my turf. So I belong everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the pyramids in Giza, in Egypt. I want to see Cartagena eventually. I love Cali, Colombia. I want to see Antarctica. I want to see Europe. I want to see Asia. If I happen to come in these places and they have those resources and I'm there dolo with the brothers, You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm going to utilize the resources. What's wrong with it? But when you go there specifically for that, that says a lot about you. And I'm not knocking it. Hey, you know what? If you can't get in here, hey, do what you got to do wherever you're going to get it. So,
And it's amazing. A lot of these questions that's coming from a lot of these people in this chat are all on the mongering channels.
right.
You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
talking again. They talking all against the prostitute this, prostitute that. But you see all the regular faces that are in this chat right now. London Town, Run My 200. Who else is here? PPE.
Leo.
Freddie Mac. Carter
Now, Freddie Mac is
4.
cool.
All of them, they're all on the mongering channels. So if you against what's going on overseas, why are you watching that content?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And to my man, he was like, well, why would a chick want an old guy with gray hair, whatever? Because you know what? If you think about it, man, and this is even in the States, most men are at the top of their game between 45 and like 55 or 60 years old. That's when you're going to make the most amount of money. That's when you're going to have your shit together. And if you come to a place like Colombia and you have a retirement that's up in some serious thousands of dollars a month, yeah, you become the top dog and you can pretty much get anyone you want. I don't agree with weekend warriors thinking that they can get that. Selling a dream. I would never sell a dream. But if you live here and you learn the language, you learn the culture, why is it this ain't no one trick pony? I've had doctors, lawyers, I've dated all types of women in different fields. So that is not true. You must have never spent any time overseas other than just watching YouTube. But if you actually live in some of these countries, you find out that you can get something that's and they're more feminine and they're more you can deal with them a little bit better. I've been married multiple times, so it's never been a problem of getting women in the States. I just chose, I'm like, well, if I can make my money go a lot further by moving to a place like Colombia and the women are more, they bring me peace in my life, I'm all with it. Been with the same chick for almost a year and a half. Now I do my thing, you know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty laid back or whatever. And I know she has plenty of friends that's non-workers, that's professional women that are looking for American men. So that's all BS. But everybody has their opinion and you're entitled to it.
Yeah.
So why is it being married multiple times is a problem? I have 2 children. They were out of marriage. Is it better for me to have 1,000 girlfriends? Is that better? But it is what it is, man.
Facts, Ty. Facts. I don't, to be honest with you, what they're saying in the chat is comical. And, if that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. I'm not, I ain't mad at you. Keep doing what you're doing.
This guy PPE. Listen, I done been in relationships with women in America that you wish you could get. Trust and believe me. Trust and believe me.
I mean, I can look at his picture, man, and look like he's a bomb. Like, dude, get out of here, bro. Like, you ain't pulling nothing in the States.
Nope.
I mean, come on, bro. I know he ain't get the W-2 nowhere.
He said he talking to Brooklyn Prophet. He said he worked for my family. I own a medical practice.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit, bro. I'm gonna call that bullshit.
London. What you must understand is life is trial and error. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everything is not gonna work. I mean, you hope that it works. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might, I got married young. And when I got married the first time, I think I was maybe 22. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really established. I was just making bread. That's it. And the person that I got married to, had an already made family. So I married into an already made family, even though I helped raise those children. And I had a beautiful daughter out of that. The relationship didn't go as it should have gone because I was chasing tail. I was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? When you get married, when you make that decision to get married, that means you're not in the streets no more. You building a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? You working together to build something prosperous. Now, granted, quite naturally, when you with someone for so long, you do eventually get tired of them. You know what I'm saying? But that's why you got to constantly reinvent yourself. Now, my second marriage, I'll be transparent. The second marriage was to the side chick that I had that was in my first marriage. You know what I'm saying? So I jumped from out of the frying pan straight into the fire. You know what I mean? And that cycle went on. I caught another side chick while I was married to the second one, and that ended. But I learned after the ending of that marriage, you know what? I need to be by myself so I can heal, so that I can start looking at the ways that I was in both marriages. So if I happen to go down that road again, this time it's not going to be for a period of time and then we back down that road. No. You know what I'm saying? So life is trial and error. You live and learn. When you get to our age in your upper 40s, 50s, or what have you, you begin to see things differently. Life becomes more realer. You realize, wait a minute, statistically speaking, I only got, even in perfect health, maybe 25 years ago. So you got to do what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in these streets chasing tail no more. I'm not running to these countries to chase no tail. If it's there, it's there. It is what it is. What I'm trying to do, I got two daughters, one grown, the other one is still young. I'm being actively present in both of their lives. You know what I'm saying? I have my own program of how I deal with women in America. So if that moment in time comes where I catch me a good one, and I know I will, then I lock it down. But until then, I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to enjoy this retirement life. You know what I'm saying? This
Tell them
year,
again. Tell them again. Retirement
I'm
life. This
going to enjoy this retirement life. Don't got to
this
punch
is
the
this
clock
is
no
where
more.
most of you cats in the chat. That's where you want to get to, and you could tell
Yeah.
you could tell either or both. They're young dudes or dudes that's not used to dealing with women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they talking about, oh, you've been married this many times, or this, that, and the third. Listen, people grow apart. It happens. So you could tell by the comments, a lot of these dudes, they not used to dealing with women. I'm sorry. Maybe you wasn't the man out there with these women. Hey, not my fault. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But learn how to deal with women. And then maybe your
Yeah.
thought process will change.
But a lot of it is jealousy, man. It's like, because I mean, to me personally, it's like, if you got to attack another man on him living his life, it's like, actually, it's funny because, like, the dude Khalil, he sounds so fucking dumb because it's like, bro, so I got a 52-year-old prostitute. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 52 years old, she's out in the streets or whatever, but it's like you have nothing else to do, bruh, but try to discourage. I call them the agents of chaos, man. You know what I mean? They're not bringing anything positive to the game, just trying to discourage other people. But I can tell you this, man. Shout out to all the real travelers and the guys that's out here getting it. Like I said, regardless of whether I'm out there doing that or not, I still support the guys, whatever they want to do. However you want to spend your money, however you want to spend your last days or whatever, that's totally up to you. That's totally up to you.
Hey, I don't know where London Town is. London
Right.
Town, if you in the chat, London Town. Remember I said on somebody's panel that dudes on here calling people old and then you find out that they 50, Khalil is one of them dudes. He was calling me old.
Right.
I'm 53 years old. Come to find out he's 51 years old, but he calling me old.
And probably got a big Shirley, but got a 20-year-old picture on his profile. You know what I mean? Like, and calling somebody else old. Like, dude, stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
But-
Got to hide
but-
behind a keyboard. You know,
No.
that's really productive.
Aren't y'all complaining about New York City living this? Man, run my
But I can tell you
200.
what, when you come to Cartagena, man, and you ain't got nowhere to stay, you know, because you're looking for a chica-friendly spot, come on over to CTG Boys Airbnb, man. I got an Airbnb for you, man. 10 rooms. So come on through, bro.
I wish I could be there for that trip. But I'm going to Medi in May.
Right.
And then we doubling back to Medi in July, and I'm gonna catch up with you. We're gonna be in Cartagena, just not for your function.
For sure. No, you good, bro. You good.
Yo, we run my 200. We passed that. That was the beginning of the thing. That was the beginning of the stream. We passed that. You saying y'all complain about and nobody's complaining about NYC living his life. I hope he lives his best life. The complaint comes in is you got brothers that work hard, blue collar, white collar, so they can go on these trips. They want to travel, they want to see the world, right? So now you got other dudes coming on here begging for money to do it instead of getting it out of the mud yourself. Nobody's complaining about him traveling and living his best life. Do that. And I told him in his chat, he said he want 4,000 to go to Thailand. I said, yo, raise the 2,000 yourself. Go to work and get the 2,000 and then ask the subs for the other 2,000, showing that you put in some effort. You know what I'm saying? But he has an addictive personality. We all know, everybody that's been on his channel, he's a gambler. He's addicted to these chicas. He wants to do these trips back to back to back to back. Then you wonder why he never has no money.
Run my
You can't live
200
your life like that.
Nah. So money, it's being built right now. It'll be ready in July. So it's like a 10-bedroom hotel. So I mean, I'm gonna put it under Airbnb, but right now it's just being built, finishing up. So I'm doing a lot of the finishes. So it's like 3 levels, and it's got like a pool, a bar up top. So I just wanted to get a fella somewhere to go where they could actually come, because a lot of the hotels aren't guest friendly, and a lot of the Airbnbs here in Cartagena aren't guest friendly. So I just wanted to put something together that guys could come to when they're in town and not have to get harassed. So
Yeah, now that'll work. I might pop over there. I might pop up because I was talking with Gans earlier. Because I made the Petronio Alvarez festival in Cali a yearly thing for me now. So I'm thinking about popping over there early so I can hit up CTG for a day and Medi for a day, then proceed to Cali. Because I know the flights between all those places is like $25, $30 one way to each one.
Right.
So I'm thinking about doing that because I've never been to Cartagena. I've wanted to go, but I ended up going to Cali before that.
Okay.
Cali.
Yeah, definitely, man. Holler at me when you come through for sure. I'll show you a good time. And to the guy PPE, man. So I'm so scared, man. You know, I'm a war hero. I volunteered to go right into the danger zone, bro. Man, look, my resume, you couldn't even hold a candle to it, bro. So you know what? If I'm scared of my shadow. Okay, I wasn't scared when the bullets was coming across my head. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I get to live the life that I live now. You know, because you're scary ass worried about growing dreads instead of handling your business and making some of yourself. You don't hear bragging about working for your mom. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. Go get your own instead of waiting for her to die. Get your own. But that's what a lot of this new generation, they want somebody to hand them something instead of go get it themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to make sacrifices and then get mad at you when you try to make your own sacrifices. You know what I'm saying?
Money
Salute
travel.
to the
Peace. What up?
salute to the panel. Salute to Big Gains. Listen, I'm gonna put my number in the back chat. Take my number and just hit me on WhatsApp anytime I get ready.
Right.
Okay.
Got you.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that to you, Jay.
What? Oh, when the spot get ready?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my number in the back chat and
Okay,
just
yeah,
WhatsApp
yeah,
me
for sure.
anytime I get ready.
For sure, yeah.
okay.
It like I said, right now, man. Of course, you know you're dealing with Colombian time, which is almost like it's like island time, even though it's a country. But yeah, it should be ready. We're predicting like July that it should be ready to go, man. But we've been working on it probably like 8 months now. So, like I said, it'll be real dope, man. We're gonna have security, and it'll be a place where the guys can travel, man, and you can meet other like-minded travelers, even if you're by yourself. So it'll be dope. But each room has its own bathroom. It has its own shower. It has its own TV, refrigerator, everything, bro. So it's gonna be real dope. I'm looking forward to that project jumping off, man.
Yo, it's a lot of heat coming up from over there on PPE. He said Gans don't work for himself though. Yo, PPE, I don't work.
Got you. So yo, I'm out of here, fellas. My number in the back
bro.
chat.
He travels.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll hit you up, bro.
guys.
All right.
All right.
Run my 200. Intently, we're not gonna talk about Future. You know what I'm saying? Intently, we're not gonna talk about Future. Future's a good dude. I know that Gans has spoken to him on the back end, you know, and I know Future's a good dude. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to Future. This actually wasn't really about Future or
No,
Rello. Was about the hard workers that, you know, not only fund their own trips, but all the people that fund the foolery. But listen, Future is trending now. Let him keep being successful. Let him keep trending. Let him win. Go all the way up, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Funny. You should say that. Run my 200. Where I live at, I was actually gonna run for mayor, but I decided not to because I'm retired, so I don't need to work for nobody, not even the town.
right.
But
And
it ran across my mind. So
and for people who have been following my channel, like London Town and Carter 4, both of them were here before Future came on the scene. You know, I was always against this begging traveling shit. When Jay Rello started doing it, when Austin was doing it, and anybody else that was doing it. But before Future came on, Future just came on the scene in January. We had a stream about this back in September, didn't we, Mr. D?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Know what I'm saying? So we've been talking about this begging for travel money topic. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the whole belly full balls empty video was about, which was put out before Future came on the scene. And I said, we don't go on YouTube begging for cash apps. Right? This was months before anybody knew who NYC the Future was. So don't say that we hating Future. We always been against this begging for travel fund shit.
London.
Wow, yo, I can't even find that book. I can't even
London.
find that book no more. I was actually looking for it maybe about 6-7 months ago because I wanted to give it to my son.
I don't run with Farrakhan. Like I listen to Farrakhan, but this is the book. This is the book that every black man should have in their book collection. Mr. D was in the convo, but supports other beggars. I really don't know.
We did that because he actually had a job and we seen some progress. But now he went full balls deep with this begging shit to the point where he doesn't even want to go to work.
Right. And
but that's not his fault. That's y'all fault. Because if you stop sending the money, you're gonna be like, oh shit, and now I got to take my ass to work. You know what I'm saying? Listen, everybody who knows me, that worked with me, New York City Department of Sanitation, 23 years, they'll all tell you they knew what the weather was gonna be like if Gan showed up for work. Ty is in the chat. Ty could tell y'all. If Gan showed up for work, the weather's gonna be nice. Oh, Gan's called in sick. Yo, it's gonna rain cats and dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
What the book? What he said? What's the book? Freddie Mac. Yeah, Freddie Mac is "Message to the Black Man" by Elijah Muhammad. You might want to check Amazon, or if you got a black bookstore around you, they definitely selling it. Definitely selling it. Message to the Black Man in America.
And when you pick that one up, pick up How to Eat to Live. Also by Elijah
Part
Muhammad.
1 and 2.
So y'all can get rid of them.
Funny games, because like I'm not even from New York City, but I've always heard that those guys, man, they be making some serious cake. You know what I mean? With the union and how they get down or whatever. And I'm just like, when does society get to the point to where now we start putting down jobs? You know what I'm saying? As long as a person is making an honest living, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you did what you had to do. And to be honest with you, man, there's very few jobs out here now that even have a pension or retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in the military, I was a combat medic. So I did surgical technology. I've worked on the heart team and different other entities within the medical field. When I got out, you know what I chose to be? I chose to be a truck driver. You know why? Because I was my own boss. I got to take off when I wanted to take off, and I felt like it was the easiest way to make a living without having to answer to somebody. You know what I'm saying? So some people are blue collar by choice. You know, titles don't mean shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You can have this really good title, but you ain't making no money. You know, at the end of the day, you know, so we got to stop beating people up for having an honest job.
Yo, highlight RC Styles comment. See, RC, it don't matter if they trying to downplay you. You know what I'm saying? You got a job. You know what I'm saying? You got a job. You in the union. You making $70K a year, so you can't just get fired. You know what I'm saying? You got a 401K. You know, make sure, you know, if you can max out on that, and you got a pension at the end at the end of your time there, however long that is. You know what I mean? So let me tell you something. The women that try to downplay that, trust me, they're not with anybody they want to be with. And if they claim to be, they lie. They getting passed around by all the ballers, one by one, smashing. You know what I'm saying? Like my man, what's his name? Johnny. I just watched him the other day. Listen, the most powerful statement he made, it was a question asked, what's the best advice that you learned? And he said, don't go for the woman that you like. Go for the woman that likes you. Because the woman you like gonna give you a whole bunch of problems. gonna give you so much stuff. And then the woman that likes you, she right there in your face. But you overlook her because you chasing that pretty thing. That pretty thing don't want nothing to do with you. You know when that pretty thing wants something to do with you? When you got the one that likes you. Because that pretty thing gonna be alone while you chilling, and the one that likes you gonna be everything to you, love you the way you want to be loved and all that. So the hell with all them broads is trying to downplay you because you making 70K, man. They wish they was making 70K.
Hell yeah. And wish they had the benefits, man. I had a chick from Chicago, and she was like, I met this guy, blah, blah, blah. But guess what? He's blue collar. And so when we started putting shit on the table, the numbers and shit, like I was in the Teamsters and retired from the Teamsters. And anybody know anything about the Teamsters, they get that pension. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yep.
And so this chick didn't have nothing but her 401k with like 15 grand in it. You know what I'm saying? And now me being that blue collar worker is paying off for me, you know, to where I could get the pension from the Teamsters, my military retirement, and Social Security. So it's like, bro, I ain't worried about nothing. But back then it was like, oh, you're a truck driver? I'm like, I'm a truck driver by choice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because my field, when I got out of the military, it wasn't paying no money. So I'm like, I'm going where the money at. Damn the title.
Exactly. Now I want to read London Town statement, and then Strictly, what's up? I'm gonna pass it over to you because I'm pretty sure you've been to Europe. London Town, who is from London, is it an American culture to seek love? Now, Strictly, you've been to England, correct?
Of course, I've had. I used to live in London.
Listen, what's going on with the women over here in America? It's the same thing going on over there in London. I've seen it on YouTube.
I've been to London. I lived in West Hampstead. It's exact same culture. There is no difference whatsoever. So I don't know what the culture is all about. I mean, and first of all, I mean, there's nothing wrong with seeking love. I mean, it's a normal thing. I mean, you know, that's how we all came across this globe anyway. I mean, you know, so, and you know, I've listened to lots of things today about blue collar, white collar. At the end, money's green. You know, that's all it matters. It's money's green. I'd rather make $200,000 working in dumpster than making 70,000 still in office. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter. I'm not, you know, I don't see this thing about this classification. I mean, what matters, it's money. And then that's it. It's green anywhere you go. So it doesn't make any difference. I mean, we're so much caught up into this titles, in all those stereotypes. At the end, what matters is money. I know a guy, he owns, used to be a shoe repairman. You know, now the guy owns how many shoe repairs? I mean, the guy's a multimillionaire. I mean, so what are you gonna tell me? I mean, so he's a accountant working in his office, making sure that the bills are covered. So when you think about it, and that's the white collar worker, but working for a blue collar one. So it's all relative, you know. So we have to shift this thing. And PPE was saying he's working for his mom. Well, listen, if you talk about your mom, this part is not for you anyway. I mean, because it's for grown folks business. I mean, you know, talk about your mother, like, come on now, how old are we? You know, that's not, you know, I'm sorry. I would have been, you know, it has to be maybe 16 or 17 because, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. And then I've also read that people are saying that going to third world country for 3 or 4, it's a next. I'm saying, listen, I've been to Monaco. I live in Dubai. I'm between Dubai and South America. And I'm going to tell you, 3 or 4 everywhere. What changes is the price of the title. In the UAE, we call them business women. And they do the exact same thing. What the difference is just the price. And that's it. But the job is the exact same thing. So if you guys think that it doesn't exist in first world country, believe me, it does. It does. Yeah, listen, PP, going to a family practice don't make sense. Listen, make your own money, because if I were to talk about my family business, we'll never stop, you know. So it's not even something I would be mentioning. It doesn't make any sense, you know. I made my own money. I'm a self-made man, you know, so I don't have time to, you know, even entertain that nonsense. Go after your own. That's all I can tell you.
Most of the time, not well, let's say in our community, I ain't gonna say on the other side, white people community, but a lot of those businesses that are passed down from the children don't respect the business because they didn't build it from the ground up. It was just handed to them.
Screw it up every time.
Every time.
Yeah, you're right, man. I used to work for Michael Jordan's trainer, and we had this guy that got really close with Mike. So he would go over to the casinos with Mike, bro, and his dad left him like at least 50 buildings. And in Chicago, we have like 2 flats and 3 flats. So each one of those each one of those flats were like, let's say $1,500 a month rent. Dude, what his daddy built in like 60 years, he lost it in 2 years gambling because he didn't appreciate it, because he didn't work for it, you know? So I tell people, man, you got to start it's okay to start at the bottom and work your own way up, you know? But a lot of times when you just given something, you don't appreciate it the same way.
Yeah,
I appreciate the grinder, you know, and the guy that, not saying that I'm okay. Hey, if you got parents, they can leave you something. But hey, I know guys that made them wash dishes, you know what I'm saying, in the restaurant, sweep floors or whatever. So they'll appreciate it when they get up to the top.
Yeah.
Hey, Brooklyn Prophet, we can go on for the rest of the night talking about how much I hate those New York Knicks. And that man right there, James Dolan, is the reason why. He's the worst owner in sports. Listen, you ain't been to an NBA championship since I was 2 years old. Well, been to an NBA championship, but you ain't won one since I was 2 years old. And James Dolan is the reason why. All he cares about is keeping people in the seats. So the New York Knicks, the New York Rangers, that's a product that sells itself. They don't have to get out there and market, because people gonna fill up those seats in the Garden because it's New York City, and that's all he cares about is filling the seats. He don't care about winning a championship. That was my New York Knicks tirade. Y'all can go ahead.
Yeah. I would like to address London town. He said that I guess he lives in London. He said that Strictly got scammer vibe. Listen, London town, go to West Hampstead. I'm gonna give you the address. Check 3 Frognon Lane in West Hampstead. That's our property. And check also the Warm Seas House. Warm Seas House. Just Google it. That's us. So I'm not a scammer. I'm just a real guy. Just check it out. 3 Frognon Lane, West Hampstead. And check Warm Seas House. We own that whole building in London. I don't even live there because we hate London.
Bro, you could show the title and it wouldn't matter. Somebody would still have something to say. You could show the title, everything, bro. Like, it don't matter.
No, London, I'm not sensitive. I'm just addressing the reality.
Salute to Big Mike. Salute to Big Mike.
But Joe, that's the chat, you know. And I told Future, I said, listen, just like they said in the movie The Gladiator, the mob is fickle. One day they with you, tomorrow they not. So,
right,
Joe, getting ready to shut it down. We've been rocking for almost 2 hours now. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get that little thing off my chest. I gotta get over here and get to the gym. It's going on 5:30 here in New York. I gotta get over here and get it in. We trying to work myself up to 2 a days. I gotta get down to trying to get down to 215 by Memorial Day.
But again, Fred, though, you lost weight.
Yeah, I lost 80 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, from the last time I saw you, that was what, less than a month ago?
Yeah, I lost the weight that I put on while I was out there. I might have put on about 10 pounds. Because when I came home, I was 240. Now I'm back down to 230. So I lost the 10. Yeah, I lost the 10 pounds that I put on while I was out there.
Nice.
Keep it up, bro. That's good.
Yeah,
Health is wealth.
I saw the video where you was at the gym. I think I saw it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Punta Cana. I was at the gym in Punta Cana.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You over there now, or you back in NYC?
No, I'm back in New York now.
Okay.
But that video I posted on my shorts, that was a gym that I found over in Punta Cana.
Yeah, man. Yeah, keep living your best life, bro. And
man. Listen, we trying to live life, get as many of them pension checks as we possibly can. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, I tell anybody retire as soon as possible. Like when I was at the Teamsters, they said the average guy drew 17 checks after he died. But you done work like 30 years. So, man, look, get it. Now, this is one thing that I do love from the young generation, man. Y'all definitely know how to make shit happen as far as like you guys have changed the way that even the a lot of the, what do you call it, the visas are given. Like now they have the digital nomad visas and everything. It's because these young guys figured out how to make money online. Matter of fact, I mean, hey, I give credit to the young guys. They're the ones that made this thing with getting paid on YouTube possible. So a lot of guys wouldn't even be able to start traveling until they were like in their 40s or 50s, you know, or 60s even. So, man, I believe that the young generation can definitely show us some things, you know, but then there's the ones that don't, you know, it's like you can't just depend on that. You know what I'm saying? If it don't go through, you got to be willing to say, okay, I'm willing to do this until I get where I need to get.
Yeah, because my son is 27 years old.
Right.
He's deeply into computers. He's trying to do coding and programming and all of that. He goes to school for that. But I told him, I said, listen, take some time out, study for that fireman's exam. He just took the fireman's exam last week.
Nice. That's a good profession. Yeah.
He said he don't want it. But I said, listen, if what you doing doesn't work out, you got this to fall back.
You got to have a fallback plan.
Yeah.
Good advice.
You know what I'm saying? And New York City Fire Department, same thing. See, this is what these guys from other towns don't understand about New York City sanitation. You got New York City Fire Department, NYPD, New York City Corrections, New York City Sanitation. They all fall under the same umbrella.
Right.
We're all emergency service workers. That's what makes the difference between the city of New York sanitation and sanitation from other cities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We a responsive unit. When that snow hit the ground, we working 12 hours. We got to be out there. You know what I'm saying?
Plow, plow, plow.
You get a dog, he going crazy.
Facts.
So I'm getting ready to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get to the gym. The dog, he going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yo, this was a good live.
Yeah,
I want to thank Jay for popping up.
Yeah, you always show support to my channel, man. So definitely appreciate, you know, I want to come back to show you the same courtesy, bro.
Yeah. Strictly Travel, thank you as always. And when we was out there, Mr. D, you already know. Freddie Mac said court office exam coming. You know what I'm saying? Listen,
Take it.
That's what you got to do. All right. So, yo, I want to thank everybody. I appreciate everybody for coming up. Everybody, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this out there. All right. Salute to everybody. We out. Strictly, I'm gonna hit you on the back end.
Okay, perfect. Let's do that. Okay.
All right. Later.